name is Brian Kissock. I'm a Christian Science practitioner and teacher. I'd like to share with you a story that's very close to my heart. Some years ago, I would hold services in the prison, and we would read the Christian Science weekly Bible lesson together with the inmates. And one day, a young man came who could be described as very disruptive, in that he was running around and babbling. And his cellmate then said that the young man was insane, that the government had suddenly foisted on the prisons many inmates who were from mental asylums. And I said to this chap, well, I'm not going to accept that insanity is any part of God's creation. And you and I are going to help this young man. Well, I had to stop the service because he was so disruptive. But I said to a cellmate, I would like you to try to teach him something about Christian Science, for this other chap had been coming for some years. And I said, if you would read to him from Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures by Mary Baker Eddy, I think it would be a great help to him. I said to him, can you read to him, please, from this book? And he said, yes, I will certainly try, but he hardly speaks a word of English. Well, a week later, he came with this young man to the service, and the young man was quieter. And the weeks unfolded, and after about a month, the young man began to take an interest in the service. And I said to his cellmate, you must have been helping him a great deal. And he said, yes, every day I tried to read to him in English or in Spanish from the textbook. And after about 2 months, suddenly the young man was taking an active interest in the service. And after about 4 months, I went in one day, and behind the high glass walls, I could see him jumping up and down and waving his arms, and I thought, oh dear, what's happened to him? And he came rushing out and embraced me and said, I've been up before the judge, and they now tell me that I am no longer insane, and I am to be released next week, and I'm going to become an engineer, and I'm just so grateful to Christian Science and to you and to my cellmate for this wonderful healing. Mrs. Eddy writes in the textbook that insanity is often the easiest so-called dis-ease to heal, because we're dealing with mind, and that's a synonym for God. And mind only knows good, and we reflect mind as our real being. So I'm just so grateful for Christian Science and the fact that it can heal every type of so-called dis-ease.